everybody, and welcome back to my Mounjaro journey. I'm quite nervous today. As this is the day I'm going to go up to 5. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it, and yeah, I'm not going to put it on video, but you'll see. I know I'm a bit flushed because I'm feeling a bit anxious, but I might get quite flushed with it. We shall see. Anyway, obviously the disclaimer is I am not a medical professional, so go see your doctor, GP, nurse, prescribing pharmacist. If you have any medical queries or questions, they will be able to help you better than I can. I'm just telling you what's happening on my path to better health. And the other part of the disclaimer is I don't purchase my Mounjaro. I get it on the NHS because of my comorbidities. So yeah, that's out of the way. So let's crack on with today's video. Yes, it's been a hot minute, hasn't it, as they say, since we've last seen each other properly. My other half was off for a week, and he ate very badly, as he does, but he is very active, so it doesn't do him as great a harm as it would do me. I did have a few little bits and pieces that I probably shouldn't have done, but I kept basically within my calorie deficit. However, I had an interesting situation on the Tuesday and Wednesday of that week. I'd been feeling a little bit off, and I got up on the Tuesday morning. I was frozen. Now, it wasn't cold out, but it wasn't roaringly hot, but it wasn't cold out. I was frozen. I was so cold, I was shivering, and I had a jumper on. I thought, this can't be right. So I did my bloods. Sugars were fine. Nothing wrong there. Next thing I thought I'd do my blood pressure. And I'll scoot this way a little bit so you can see. Blood pressure was actually a bit lower than it had been, and it was quite good. But have a look at some of these pulses here, or heart rates. Some of them are going into the 50s. Now, anyone with a little bit of knowledge will understand that you shouldn't really be going under 60 unless you're incredibly fit. And I'm not incredibly fit. However, I do suffer with Hashimoto's disease, which is underactive thyroid. And my problem, it took me a couple of days to work out what was going on, but my problem, I think, here, because I've not had any further issues since, is that I have been taking my thyroid hormone at night for the last 12 years. Last thing at night. So around about midnight, half past midnight, sometimes a bit later, whereby, most food will have gone through your stomach and it's in the other part. So when the thyroid hormone, thyroxine, hits your stomach, it's on an empty tummy, which is the best way to absorb it, and that's how they tell you to take it. Keep it away from calcium and caffeine for a certain number of hours and you're fine. Anyway, so I think I've been missing quite a few because I changed it over to first thing in the morning, and I've been taking them sometimes halfway through the day. But by this time, of course, eaten, drunk something, there's food in your tummy, and with the gastric slowing with Mounjaro, yeah, that's not going to absorb so well. Initially, it's not going to cause you much of a problem. It might make you feel a bit tired. But over the course of several weeks doing that and missing doses here, there and everywhere, or having doses that are not on an empty tummy and you're not absorbing it well, that's going to start affecting your thyroid. Well, not your thyroid, because mine just doesn't work, but it's going to affect the hormones within your body that keep everything going. So this is where I started to have a bit of a wobble with weight as well. I'll explain all that later, but those 2 days, my God, I was so cold. I was actually petrified, and it took me 2 days to work out. I've just scraped something. If that made a noise on the phone, I'm so sorry. It took me 2 days to work out that this probably might be why would I have low heart rate on Mounjaro when it's supposed to slightly speed it up anyway? What would be causing that? And having the panic attack with Dr. Google, eventually I came across hyperthyroidism. Oh, yeah, of course, that slows it down. And if I'm not absorbing it as well, I'm going to start getting these. And the feeling was very much like when I was sort of first diagnosed, or just before I was first diagnosed. So I've changed to first thing in the morning. I've got a sign up saying take your thyroxine. And I'm logging it every day to make sure I take it. Got a little alarm and everything just to keep me going. I'd also at that time taken for 9 days. I had 2 different makes of tablets. You're not really supposed to have a change in your tablets if you find some that work for you. And there are several that work for me, but I'd never tried this brand called Aristo before. I've tried Tiva, and that nearly sent me into anaphylaxis. It was not very nice at all. I had allergy problems with that. But Aristo I've never tried before. But again, the tablet is so big compared to my Mercury Pharma based ones. So sorry for those that want to just know about the weight of it. We'll get there, but I'm explaining what this was all about. So the Mercury Pharma 25 microgram ones are very, very small. The Aristo ones are very big, and that means that there's a lot of filler in the tablet. You can have an allergy to any of the fillers, which is what I have with Tiva. Also, some of the fillers just, if you if you just don't respond very well to it, it's not going to work for you. So I've ditched those 25 microgram tablets, and I've now got Mercury Pharma ones back again. I have a different brand for my 100 microgram tablets, but I found ones that work for me, and that's the best way forward. So I was quite worried about this. I mean, I was sitting in the sun shivering. That's how bad it was. It wasn't a good situation at all. And I thought, if I can't sort this out in a couple of days, I'm going A&E or doctor or something. I didn't have a fever or anything like that, and I wasn't being sick or whatever. But I did have a very, very upset stomach afterwards, and that again is another thyroid issue you can have. So anyway, that's just for anybody that's watching this that has a thyroid condition. Please make sure you are taking your tablet at a time of day where you have fasted. So first thing in the morning. I know it's not ideal. Last thing at night is what they say is the very best thing, because you fast and you're not going to put anything in your stomach until it's all absorbed. But if you take it, even if you wake up with an alarm at 5 in the morning and take them and go back to sleep again, it's better to do it that way. It means it's absorbed into your stomach and into your body and it's working correctly. Right, okay, I won't waffle on about that much too. Teeth in. I'm so nervous. I won't waffle on about that too much more. Now, what I'm going to do now is prep my 5 milligram Mounjaro pen. I'll prep it and then I'll show it to you, and then I'll inject, but I won't bother doing that. You don't need to see that horror again. I'll inject it and then we'll come back and you can see if I start to, I mean, I know I'm a little bit red because this is nerves, but if I start to get really, well, I'm going a bit red. If I get really bad, you can see it happen on screen. But we shall see. I've got coffee here. I hope that will be okay to have my coffee afterwards. Right, we shall see. Okay. I love this guy called Peaches on Mounjaro who's on Facebook. He's so funny. But all last week he was telling us all about the horrors of 5 milligrams. I shouldn't have watched any of them because I'm sitting there, they're all replaying to me now. If you know his work, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, go check him out. He's really very funny, but he's very, very explanatory, and it's well done. All right, okay, I'm gonna go off and do this now. Ah, okay, guys. 5 milligram. It's prepped and not primed yet. We shall do that. No, don't do that. It's taking it off the wrong way. Why would I do that? Right, see you in a minute. Oh, I'm nervous. Right, it's done. Where we go? It is done. This one is done. I hope it's me being more angsty than anything is making me like this. 2 seconds, just go and put this back in the fridge. Okay, I done. That was, I sat looking at the, shall I? I'm thinking sulfur burps. As some people say, weight gain. I don't understand that at all. We shall see. Okay, so I'm on 5 now. Started 5. We shall see how it goes. My side feels a little bit, perhaps that's just me being nervous. I don't know. Am I going much redder? I don't know. Okay, so what else occurred? Well, as I said, my blood pressures, sorry, I'm just moving that. My blood pressures of the week before last, they came down. They were doing really well, actually, apart from this heart thing. And my blood sugars, I actually got a couple of 4s. I had a 4 this morning, to be fair. So actually, regardless of what anybody thinks, the 2.5 was really working because it brought my blood sugars down. Now, I'm going to have my coffee, and then in 2 hours' time I will do another blood sugar. And what I might try and do is, well, because I've got some things to do, but I'll edit this, but I'll also put up here what my blood sugars were 2 hours after doing the 5 milligram dose, because this is it's got, as you can see, it's a bit milky and it's got some sugar in it. So we shall see. It's not much. It's one of those pods from Starbucks. But it's how I can drink coffee, and coffee is supposed to be good for your liver. So, right. So yeah, blood sugars have been good, but I have had a couple of higher ones. So I'm still not dropping, but I do sleep on that side. And I sometimes wake up with a pillow stuck in my eye, and I wake up. I'm having a phone call with my diabetic nurse on Wednesday, having my bloods done on Thursday. So within a week or so, we should have a greater majority of my bloods back. I'm waffling about this because I'm petrified something's going to happen because of going up to 5. Simple. I really am nervous about this. Anyway, so I shall put up what my bloods have been, a few little screenshots of my bloods. I've now got my Bluetooth glucose monitor working. As you can see, they're not dreadful in any way, shape or form, and they're that's good. I'm keeping it within a normal range. Occasionally they're a little bit out, so you tweak it. Everybody has a little bit of flux, I guess, with these things. And as we've seen about my blood pressure, that's been better. That's been better, and I'm really pleased about it. Now, Facebook groups. There was a purge on Facebook groups the week before last. So many of them went missing. I mean, so many of them went missing. It was unbelievable. It really was unbelievable. I found a couple, but then one's gone missing again. And I joined a new group, and they've gone missing. Facebook are just... What's happening is people are reporting people for everything. And yeah, there's a lot of people that talk about clicks and extracting the golden dose, as they refer to it. As you know, I don't do that here, but I will actually, while I'm talking about this, I shall show you a little video I did the other day, which I never finished properly. I won't put the sound on it, but you can see that I've got my my old pens that go back to the pharmacy, and look, they've all been used bar the priming dose. Anyway, yeah, so we don't sort of advocate this. I don't know who the we is. Is it the royal we? I don't know. We don't advocate this on this channel, purely because I'm doing it for medical purposes, not weight loss. So I don't tell you can't do this on this channel, but I don't. And anybody that is doing this for medical purposes would be advised, I would say, to follow it on label, which means follow the instructions as to what you're using it for, which is especially diabetes. Off label, it is only used technically for weight loss. However, yeah, other off-label discussion is causing a lot of Facebook groups to get closed down because people are just reporting them. To be fair, people are getting very, very fed up with losing groups that are really great and supportive, and they're saying, look, for crying out loud, please just stop talking about all the things you're not allowed to talk about, because we need support. So, to the weight loss. Well, it's come down, it's gone up, it's come down, it's gone up. Apparently today I've put on over 1 kilo. What I did do is have, yesterday I had Warburton's crumpets, processed turkey rashers from my bacon, because I don't eat bacon, processed meat, sliced chicken with herbs on a thing for lunch, on crisp beds for lunch. And we didn't have a proper dinner yesterday. We just had, I had a ham salad sandwich I made. Well, 2 ham salad sandwiches, to be fair. And yeah, that's the salt. The salt in that, I wasn't quite aware of how much I was eating, compared to the fact that I used to eat packets and packets of crisps and probably loads of other stuff with salt in it. So yeah, wasn't aware I'm still eating an awful lot of salt over what the NHS say you should have. So it's hidden salt and things. So today I tried some sourdough crumpets from Lidl, and they have half the salt of the Warburton's ones. So my thing is on a day, everything else I eat is low or just bit medium, not very high at all. So I think the thing I've got to do is take into account all these. I shouldn't eat as many processed meats in a day. So if I'm going to have my turkey rashers on a Sunday, I can't have any other processed meat. It's got to be fresh meat. And that also, when you drink a lot and you've got salt in your body, it retains the water and also the heat. You retain water when it's hot as well. So Yeah, but as you can see, these are the figures. They don't make great reading. at, at, at worst, I think I've maintained, but I'm not. I haven't maintained the entire journey so far. So that's even with my ordinary calorie deficit before I started Mounjaro. So to have a couple of weeks where I actually maintain, I think that's pretty good, really. Yeah, my bra seems a lot smaller now. Strap falls down quite a lot. Um, so underwear and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it's things are moving. I know I'm a bit puffy at the moment, but a hay fever thing. But yeah, I'm not this. I know there was one picture that made me look like I was very, very skinny, but I'm actually no different to what I was. Yeah, I look a bit chubby today, don't I? Don't like that. Don't like that. Right, okay, look, I have waffled on for 17, no, it's more than 17 minutes because I did before the jab. Okay, so I've waffled on for quite a bit. I'll edit this down a bit for you because it is a bit long. But I've started 5. And I shall keep a note of all my side effects. At this moment in time, I'm actually feeling quite calm. Quite calm. I bet that's the calm before the storm, isn't it? Alright, I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.